everyone. Oh,
Hi.
hi. I'm Lowell Greenblatt from Macabre Daily. I really dug the movie, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today. Um, so I'm like looking at so much talent right now, it's ridiculous. So, excuse me. But one of the things that I loved about the film that really struck me was that Hannah's kind of surrounded by reflections of herself in a way. Alanya sort of like her ideal and love interest. Josie is comfortable with her body, and she's kind of like how you wish you would see yourself. Not to mention the parents and Bertha, but I know that was part of the script, but can you maybe discuss bringing that to the screen and maybe what you found working on set?
Is that for Midori or for me?
Oh, all of you as the
Oh,
reflections. Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think like particularly I'll let the girls speak to their characters, but particularly in terms of Bertha and Grace, that having her as a mirror and kind of a reflection of Hannah's kind of internal struggle with her own self-image, I think was really key and something that is like we're following a character who's kind of dealing with her own fat phobia in a way. And so much of how we see Bertha and her growth is like dictated by Hannah's internal state. And that's why it's so important at the end that, she's revealed to be a real person and a person who's loved and all of those things. So yeah, in terms of mirroring, that was one that felt really key to me.
Cool. I love the rehumanization of Bertha towards the end. Not to get into spoilers, um, but you all work with some pretty gnarly effects in this. Pretty without getting into spoilers, but all of you sort of experience it on. I imagine you don't have $100 million at your disposal, but they all came across very well. So I was wondering if any of you had stories about working with your particular effect.
I still remember the library. In the library scene, there was like books flying. No spoilers, but books flying. And they actually had people like throw
Throwing books at
books
us.
at us. And I'm completely, I mean, it's crazy because there are actual books coming at you. It's not even an effect. I don't
Mhm.
have to pretend. And I'm just completely not seeing them. I'm just not reacting to them. They're flying by my head. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't understand how that's possible. So I'm probably the worst person to ask this question. But
Those poor PAs, they're just trying not to kill you.
Um,
I'm,
yeah, no,
Mhm.
there.
oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
Victoria.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that we're like the opposite. We're a great poster child for like the opposite of AI. Like we were
Love that.
so practical. It was so,
Hmm.
and it was, yeah, like for sure, like the scene where what I love the scene when the food starts getting thrown at her by Bertha, and like the bars one at a time, like all of a sudden there were three men in the apartment and they were crouched by the door and they were just throwing candy bars at me or putting and then they left and I never saw those men again. So and largely anything that was being thrown at us was. And even the scene when the ghost, oh my gosh, the ghost comes down in sleep paralysis. Raise your hand if you
Hmm.
had sleep paralysis. It's horrifying. And that, I could have maybe imagined it, but didn't have to because she was actually being suspended, this actress.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was extremely practical, extremely tactile, and easy to act with, I guess, except for Danielle with the book. No, I'm kidding. This is
And
so-
even all the eating, all practical. Like Midori had this one take with this the slushy machine in the in the convenience store
Hmm.
where she is actually drinking it for that long. And I think when she finished, the crew just like I love those moments where there's like spontaneous applause on set, and that was
Hmm.
definitely one of those moments.
I
Yeah.
love the cashier's reaction shot. It made me go like, did she just like improv and walk into a convenience
Yeah.
store and they just got the shot of the guy like, it's Tuesday for me.
You've no idea how many slushy machine meetings we had to make that work. So yeah, I'm glad it came across as natural. Yeah.
Yeah, and bless them, they tried to make it like because the one thing was the cold temperature. That's really what made
Mm,
it hard, not so much the volume. And they really tried to like make it warmer.
mm,
But you can't get that same consistency. So we just had to go cold. And I got a stomach brain freeze. You know how they say the brain gut connection?
mm.
I believe it now. My stomach had a brain freeze. It just imagine that. It really happened. My stomach had a brain freeze. It was crazy.
It's so I get uncomfortable thinking of that, but it would be better than drinking like a warm slushy. Like no one wants to do that, even if it's for art.
I feel like
It's just
room
liquids.
temp could have been nice or
Yeah.
cool, you know. It's just it's
Hmm.
freezing. The freezing made it difficult because yeah.
Yeah, totally understandable.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so this Natalie is sort of a return to Australia for you. And I know you're Australian. Not all of you are Australian, though I couldn't have guessed by the accents in the movie. Spot on. But Saccharine is sort of like one in a long line of like Australian genre flicks. They're really known for their horror movies, and I think this continues the tradition. And you've worked in Hollywood before. What would you say you prefer about the Australian film industry? Just throw Los Angeles right under the bus. It's okay.
No, I think it's just really different. Like, and in terms of Hollywood, like I did Apartment 7A, which was a studio film, but we shot that in London, so I didn't spend that much time in LA or anything like that. I would say it's there's pros to both. Like I think it's the classic thing of like more money, slightly less creative control, and less money, more creative control. I think that's always true. And in this case, it felt really nice coming home because it was reuniting with a lot of the crew that I used on Relic. And a lot of my HODs, I've been working with since film school, and there's such a ease to that, when you're genuinely friends, and uh
Mhm.
sets can be really like tense just in terms of like the time crunch that you're constantly under, and decisions need to be made really quickly. And if you can just look at someone across the room and like communicate without speaking, then that's pretty special. So yeah, I genuinely enjoyed working at home again, and yeah, hope to do both in the future.
Nice. Any other words about Australia from the rest of y'all?
I mean, we have like incredible crews down here, and obviously there's a lot of like incredible, we got so much support from like the state government and the federal funding body. And they're such a key part of like what makes Australian, cinema so rich, that they do really like back us. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to be able to like we also had US partners as well, so it's nice to be able to have that combination of support.
Awesome. Well, you made a really good film, and I can't wait for people to see it. And I'm going to stop hitting record.